Hi, everyone. I'm Brooke Silva Braga. Thanks for joining us tonight. It's already Monday morning in Thailand, and we're waiting for rescuers to start their second trip into the cave where a youth soccer team and their coach have been stranded for more than 2 weeks now. Rescuers have already pulled 4 people out of the cave. The team's 25-year-old coach reportedly was one of the first people saved. One of those rescued was airlifted to the hospital in nearby Chiang Rai for medical evaluation. The others were taken there by ambulance, as you can see. Now 9 members of the team are still stuck in that cave, and officials are racing against both the clock and the water because more rain is in the forecast today. Rescue crews say it could take up to 4 more days to get all 9 of those boys out of the cave. CBS News correspondent Anna Werner joins me now from northern Thailand. Anna, good to see you. What do we know about this mission that is supposedly happening now or about to happen or has just started?
Brooke, we're expecting that mission either will have started or will be starting very shortly. As you said, this really is a race against the clock because while everything seems to have gone so well yesterday, and people here are very excited about that, the clouds you may be able to see behind me over my shoulder are an indication that the monsoon rains here, which dump a lot of water in this area every year, could come ferociously at any minute almost. So that is what rescue divers and officials here are up against. And what they had to do after they rescued those first 4 people out of the 13 was they have to go back in. They have to take a break, what they estimated to be between 10 and 20 hours, to replace oxygen tanks all along this route, this long route in the cave all the way through that mountain, so that they can then make the long trek to go back in, to get the boys and bring them out. And that takes hours of swimming. Also, keep in mind that just because things went well yesterday, you know, this is going to be a new group of boys. Clearly, it seems like the ones that they brought out yesterday did well in the exit, but you don't know what it's going to be like for these boys. They said that many of them have no swimming training. They were learning how to dive. Teams of divers are bringing them out in tandem, the boys wearing evidently full face masks so that it's easier for them to breathe normally. So there are so many risks in a mission like this. And, you know, the first day went really well, Brooke. The hope is that the rest of the mission can be completed just as well and efficiently and within time before the rains come.
In your shot right now, it looks dry. We spoke to Ben Tracy 2 hours ago. He was also dry. Obviously, the weather can change very quickly in the tropics in monsoon season. But in the last 12 hours overnight, did you hear raindrops on the rooftop, or has it been dry continuously for the last day or so?
You know, I didn't hear rain myself, but my understanding is that it did rain in some places, and that's part of it too. So, you know, you don't know where that rain's going to come down, right? So if it comes down right in the area that would flood the cave, evidently that could happen very quickly. You know, these are the kinds of rains that are sort of legendary, monsoon rains, and they're known for the amount of water that they can drop, you know, in minutes, literally. So I think that officials thought, all right, this is really our best chance. Water levels in the cave were down. They'd not had any significant rain, and they felt like this was going to be their best opportunity. And if they waited, they were probably definitely going to run in some rain. I heard a forecast this morning saying that they could have quite heavy rains here Wednesday and Thursday. So I think if they looked at the gap, it's like, here's a few days when we seem to have a good gap. We better go for it because there's no way they're not going to have rain in July in Thailand, in this region of the country.
For sure. We've been looking at shots of water being pumped out of the cave into the surrounding area. The New York Times had this story of a woman, a farmer, who came home to find her fields flooded by that water we're looking at. She's going to have to start her planting season over again. And she said, according to this New York Times report, I have no problem with that. All I care about is these boys. I feel like they're my own children. And I'm curious what sense you've got of the reaction in Thailand and the way the country is, I presume, being galvanized by this. What is the reaction on the ground there?
safe to say that people here in Thailand are overjoyed that they have successfully brought 4 people out of those 13 people out of the cave. You know, it's funny that if you talk to someone here and they say, well, why are you here? They find out that you're a reporter, you're here to cover. Immediately, you have their attention because everyone is so focused on this story. You know, this is the town of Mae Sai. The soccer team comes from here. Everybody knows what's going on. I think everybody is praying for these boys, wishing them the best, and hoping. And you have teams from all over the world, divers who have come here. You know, everybody's talked about how Elon Musk has gotten into this, trying to figure out ways. I think that there's sort of a community spirit of people coming together and helping and doing whatever they can to try to resolve this safely for this team of young boys.
Okay, Anna Werner in the north of Thailand. Thanks so much. We'll be watching your story on CBS This Morning tomorrow.
Thank you, Brooke.